step back in time to the 19th century, a period of industrial revolution and social change. Here, in the heart of the Victorian era, Charles Dickens was born in the year 1812. The early years of Dickens' life were a harsh juxtaposition to the era's name, Victorian, synonymous with prosperity and progress. Dickens, however, was no stranger to the biting sting of poverty and the harsh realities of the workhouse. These experiences would later fuel his literary genius, providing a raw, unflinching look at the societal issues of his time. The Victorian era was not just an age of progress, but also one of stark social disparities, where the chasm between the wealthy and the impoverished was vast and unforgiving. It was against this backdrop that Dickens's pen began to dance across the page, giving birth to one of his most renowned works in 1843. In the midst of this socially turbulent era, Dickens penned down A Christmas Carol. Meet Ebenezer Scrooge, a miserly old man with no love for Christmas or kindness. This is our protagonist, a man whose heart is as cold as a winter's night, whose spirit is as icy as the frost on his window pane. Scrooge is a man of wealth, yet he hoards his riches, squeezing every penny until it squeals. His lips sneer at the thought of merriment, his eyes glower at the sight of joy, and his ears scorn the sound of laughter. His disdain for Christmas is legendary. To him, it's merely an excuse for idleness, a drain on his coffers. He scoffs at the holiday, dismissing it with a curt "Bah! Humbug!" His nephew, a beacon of cheerfulness and good spirits, attempts to thaw Scrooge's frozen heart with warm Christmas greetings. But Scrooge, stubborn as he is, rebuffs him, choosing isolation over familial warmth. On this particular Christmas Eve, two charity workers approach Scrooge, their hands outstretched, seeking donations for the less fortunate. But Scrooge, with his heart of stone, dismisses them. "Are there no prisons?" he retorts, his voice dripping with disdain. But this Christmas Eve is unlike any other. As the night descends, Scrooge is visited by a ghost, the spirit of Jacob Marley, his long-dead business partner. Marley, bound in chains, is a ghastly sight. His message to Scrooge is chilling. This is the fate that awaits him in the afterlife if he doesn't mend his ways. Marley's ghost warns Scrooge of the arrival of three spirits who will guide him through his past, present and future. Scrooge, whether out of fear or disbelief, dismisses Marley's ghost as a figment of his imagination, a result of an undigested bit of beef. But as Marley's spectre fades, a sense of dread envelops Scrooge. He is left alone with the ticking of the grandfather clock, the only sound piercing the silence. As the ghost of Marley disappears, Scrooge is left alone with the dread of what's to come. Prepare for a journey through time, guided by three spirits. In the heart of the night, Ebenezer Scrooge, our miserly protagonist, is visited by the ghost of Christmas past. This phantasm, radiant and childlike, whisks Scrooge away to his past. They journey through memories of his lonely childhood, where we see a young Scrooge isolated but engrossed in his books, seeking companionship in the characters he reads about. They then traverse to a moment of lost love, where Scrooge, now a young man, is left by Belle, his betrothed. She leaves him, seeing his heart now firmly in the grasp of greed over love. These visions, as painful as they are, serve as a reminder of Scrooge's transformation from an innocent child to a man consumed by avarice. Next comes the ghost of Christmas Present, a jovial giant with a heart as big as his laughter, who shows Scrooge the merriment of the current Christmas day. They visit the home of Scrooge's jovial nephew, Fred, where, despite Scrooge's absence, the festive spirit is alive and well, laughter ringing through the air. Then they witness the cheerfulness of the Cratchit family, Scrooge's underpaid clerk Bob Cratchit's humble home. Despite their poverty, the Cratchits are rich in love and happiness, cherishing their modest Christmas feast. In particular, Tiny Tim, a frail boy with a heart full of hope, leaves a lasting impression on Scrooge. Finally, the ghost of Christmas yet to come, a silent, shrouded figure, leads Scrooge into a chilling future. Here he is shown the death of the beloved Tiny Tim, a loss deeply mourned by the Cratchit family. The spirit then guides him to a scene of callous indifference, where scavengers pick over his own possessions, his death met with cold-hearted apathy. The climax of this temporal journey is the reveal of Scrooge's own neglected grave, a stark symbol of his life's impact, or rather, the lack thereof. Each spirit, in its unique way, provides Scrooge with a mirror into his life and the consequences of his choices. From his past, he sees the seeds of his present. In the present, he witnesses the joy he has denied himself and others, and in the future he sees the grim outcome of his actions, a life forgotten and a death unmourned. These revelations are not just a critique of Scrooge's life, but also a call to transformation. They offer him a chance to reflect, to change, to choose love over wealth, companionship over isolation, and generosity over greed. Confronted with the grim reality of his life and death, Scrooge begs the final spirit for mercy. But will this spectral journey be enough to thaw the heart of Ebenezer Scrooge? We'll have to wait and see. Awakening on Christmas morning, Scrooge finds himself given a second chance. His heart, once as frozen as the midwinter snow, thaws with a warmth that spreads from his toes to the tips of his fingers. He's alive, not frozen in the icy grip of death, but alive and brimming with a joy he hasn't felt in years. His joy bubbles over, laughter echoing around his once somber abode, breathless with the exhilaration of a life yet to live. Embracing the spirit of Christmas, Scrooge becomes a whirlwind of goodwill. He sends the largest turkey in the shop to the Cratchit family, a bird so plump and juicy it promises a feast fit for a king. The astonished look on the butcher's face is priceless, but the thought of the Cratchit family's joy is even more rewarding. Scrooge doesn't stop there. He's a man on a mission, spreading joy and kindness wherever he treads. He raises Bob Cratchit's salary, ensuring Tiny Tim gets the care he needs. He clears the debts of those who owe him, lifting the burdens from their shoulders. He becomes a philanthropist, his wealth no longer hoarded, but shared with those in need. The day isn't complete without a visit to his nephew Fred. He arrives not as the grumpy old uncle who shunned the festivities, but as a man eager to join in the celebrations. His laughter rings out, joining the chorus of merriment, his heart filled with a love he'd forgotten he was capable of. Scrooge's transformation is nothing short of miraculous. The miserly old man is gone, replaced by a beacon of generosity and cheer. His heart, once as hard as a diamond, now beats with a warmth that radiates, touching everyone he encounters. He's become a living embodiment of the Christmas spirit, a testament to the power of change and the magic of forgiveness. From a heartless miser, Scrooge becomes a symbol of Christmas generosity and cheer. His story stands as a reminder that it's never too late to change, to embrace love and to spread joy. Scrooge, once a figure of dread, becomes a symbol of hope, proof that even the coldest hearts can be thawed by the warmth of Christmas. Beyond its festive setting, A Christmas Carol delivers timeless lessons. This classic tale by Charles Dickens, woven with vibrant threads of compassion, transformation, and social responsibility, serves as a timeless beacon of moral guidance. Let's begin with compassion. Dickens presents this theme through the character of Ebenezer Scrooge, a miserly old man who lacks empathy for his fellow beings. However, as the story unfolds, we witness Scrooge's heart soften. His transformation is sparked by the ghost of Christmas past, who shows him the joy he once knew, and the ghost of Christmas present, who reveals to him the suffering of those around him. The lesson here is clear. Compassion is not a trait we are born with, but one we learn through understanding and empathy. Next, the theme of transformation. Scrooge's journey from a cold-hearted miser to a man brimming with love and generosity is a testament to the power of change. It's a potent reminder that it's never too late to amend our ways and become better versions of ourselves. As Scrooge learns to appreciate the value of kindness and goodwill, we too are reminded of the potential for change that lies within us all. Finally, Dickens emphasizes the importance of social responsibility. This is seen in Scrooge's newfound commitment to improve the lives of those less fortunate. His transformation underscores the role each of us plays in creating a more equitable society. It's not about the wealth we accumulate, but how we use it to uplift others. The timeless lessons of A Christmas Carol extend beyond the pages of the novel. They serve as a reminder to value human connections over material wealth. After all, the true riches of life lie in our relationships, in the joy we give to others, and in the love we receive in return. Dickens's A Christmas Carol reminds us that it's never too late to change and embrace the true spirit of Christmas.